Wagwan, my loves. It's Knowledge Butterfly. Back at it. Sending you peace, blessings, love, and abundance. And I'm going to get into it as always and make it do what it do. So today, I want to talk about the melanated or black females that are in the entertainment industry as far as singers who have made an impact in helping the divine feminine energy rise. And this is the women that are on the main stage, meaning the Beyoncés and Rihannas and Erykah Badu's and stuff like that, and how especially Beyonce and Rihanna, because they're really big mainstream, meaning that they touch a really wide audience of people. So I'm going to talk about how some of the things that they've done have actually helped the spiritual divine feminine energy rise up where it needs to be in this time. So let's get at it. So as I was saying, like, a lot of people always look at the side of, oh, you know, this is that, like, that popular music, so it is not as important as the underground music, like the people. And, you know, respect to the people who are doing their thing on the underground level and who don't have, you know, as many quote unquote fans, but that doesn't, you know, take away from, you know, how significant your music is, or take away from your creativity or your talent. You know what I'm saying? However, I am one of the people who think that everything is divinely positioned where it's supposed to be. It's like the stars being in alignment. You know, it's literally like yeah, all the stars aligning at the perfect time to bring forth a certain type of energy to this planet. And that's exactly what the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and the Erykah Badu's have done. So I'm actually going to start off with Erykah because her music that I'm talking about is, you know, been a little while ago. So it was more like in the late 90s, early 2000s and shit like that. But first off, I absolutely love Erykah Badu. I've talked about it before. Erykah Badu she is a unique cosmic being. She lets her freak flag or her weird flag fly. She don't give a fuck what nobody else think. She dresses the way she wants to dress. She does her hair the way she wants to do it. She doesn't conform to any type of industry standard. She literally does what the fuck she wants to do when it comes to her look. Erykah Badu will come out there with one braid and then the rest of her hair, you know, unraveled. And I'm literally speaking off of just recently, I saw a clip from the Soul Train Music Awards that was on November the 27th, and she was getting an award. So she did like almost a 20-minute set, and you know, she started off with just black, like she was in the darkness first and foremost, which was dope as hell. So she had the darkness around her, and then behind her was like a red sun, and she also had this a shadow. It was a green, like, circular light, and all you could see was the shadow of the man playing like the saxophone or whatever. So she's always one of my favorites, very creative or whatever, and that's on a whole nother level. And Erykah Badu is a little different than a Beyonce and Rihanna, because Erykah Badu, I'm not sure if she still is, but she was a part of the 5%ers, which, if you don't know who the 5%ers are, the 5%ers are a melanated group of people. It's a religion. And I'm just going to call anything that involves a group of people a religion. A group of people that agree on the same concepts, and they have a quote-unquote founder. And they think that their viewpoint is, you know, more superior than others or whatever like that. Even though the 5%ers are a little bit, to me, more spiritual, because they get the whole fact of, you know, they say the black man is God. I don't really see where they say the black female is God. So to me, it may not be, but it seems like it's more patriarchal. And that's with a lot of religions. They're more patriarchal, which follows, if you have ever like studied the Kabbalah and the tree of life, you'll get how that makes sense, because that right pillar, that Jacqueline pillar, the white pillar, that is the right side thinking. So that is someone who feels like you're supposed to be in an organized type of group setting versus your own individual spirituality to guide your own path. You know what I'm saying? Which is that more that left pillar, which is Boaz, and the black pillar. So yeah, so it seems that way. It may not be, you know, however, from what I've read, and all of the quotes from certain people that followed that particular or that are part of that particular organization, they say a lot of the black man is God, and I don't hear them saying the black woman is God. So yeah. Anywho's, but they're very in tune to the truth. You know what I'm saying? Or have way more knowledge than most religions, because most religions follow a belief system, not a knowing system. And the 5%ers have a lot of knowledge. They have the whole arm, leg, arm, head, which is Allah. They are one of the, I think that's where it actually was the first time that I actually read that was from the 5%ers doctrine or their text. So, anywho's, Erykah Badu was in that circle, so she definitely has the knowledge. And when you listen to her lyrics, she was spitting like shit that you can't catch if you are only looking at things on a surface level. So that's why a lot of people actually fell out with Erykah Badu's music after she did the Mama's Gun album. When she went further with the America albums, where she had America spelled like Erica, she lost a lot of people who weren't vibrating on that frequency, so they couldn't get it anyway. They couldn't understand it. Meaning that anything that's under, or that's where you have like subterranean or subconscious or subliminal, that is means that it's under the surface, which means that it's hidden information. And so a lot of people say they understand something, but they don't really understand it, because understanding comes from the subconscious mind. It comes from what's hidden. And if you're only looking at something on the surface, then you're not getting into what's hidden. So Erykah Badu's music speaks to a lot of that hidden information and hidden knowledge. And one of her songs, And On, she says, what good do your words do if they can't understand you? So she was actually spitting that conscious shit before consciousness got to this point where it's a little bit more popular for people to say conscious. And again, most people that are saying they're conscious are still saying it from a surface level, because they're only getting it from one spectrum of light, which is from the red or the orange spectrum of light. They're not getting it from your heart chakra and up. Anywho's, so shout out Erykah Badu, as well as Erykah talked about a lot of love. A lot of her albums delved into love and, you know, what real love is, and even that hood shit. Like, she made, you know, talking about a man hustling, you know, working honest, but it pays the bills. Like, she let the black the issues that black couples deal with, she let that out into the mass, into the main stage. And that's what these particular people that I'm talking about today, they actually shed a light on the black perspective and put it on the main stage. And that's just really, so shout her out for the conscious side of it, because she put it out there. So for me, going back and listening to some of her stuff, because I've listened to her for a long time since she came out. However, I have a different understanding of it now, because of the fact that I am more conscious, and I was dead then. So when you're dead, you only can hear from the surface level. You know, those who have ears to hear, you know what I'm saying, can hear those things, you know, when you are conscious. All right, so now I'm going to get into Rihanna and her Anti album. First off, the people who make the videos about the Beyoncés and the Rihannas and the Illuminati and the satanic stuff and yada yada yada, are the people who only want to see things from one side of the tree, from the tree of life, what they call the tree of life, the Sifra. We'll call it the Sifra side. They only want to see it from the Sifra side of the tree, but there is another side to that tree that's called the Khalifoff. And the Khalifoff is the darkness. It is the chaos. It is where the Sifra come from. It's what allows the Sifras to emanate, you know? And it's literally like a TV. If you think about your TV has a black screen. However, when you turn it on, the light comes out of it, and that's what you're seeing when you see the images. It's the same thing with the trees. So the Khalifoff is the actual what's the best way to put it, foundation or background to what you're seeing on the forefront. So even though it's a background doesn't mean that it's any less real. You feel what I'm saying?